All right, Virgo, welcome to your psychic tarot reading. Tuning in to the day's energy, seeing what divine messages of guidance come through for Virgos. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, cross watchers are welcome. All right, so in the past, we've got the King of Swords in reverse. There's a deceptive person. This person uses communication as a weapon, weaponized communication here. Half-truths, this person's actually very intelligent, conniving. So they're utilizing their intelligence in a way to manipulate. They're using communication as a way to control people, can make moves, control the narrative. This is someone who can't stand to be judged. Someone very much in their ego. Oh, they can't stand to be judged. That's, their ego, they just can't have it. Feels like if you point out something, this person's so insecure, it feels very easy to cause this person what I'm perceiving as a narcissistic injury. They remember. This is someone very covert. It doesn't feel like people recognize who this is. It feels like you might not have even known how ruthless this person is. They're really good at creating a mask. So it feels like to most people, they think this person's wonderful. This person's amazing. What a wonderful person. God, they're a monster, though. All of that is fake. They want people to perceive them as the hero, but they've never done any of the inner work that creates that heroic type of energy. It's just deceptive. So this person oftentimes places themselves as the victim or the martyr. They want to be the hero so badly, but they're not behaving, devil. They're not behaving in a way that's heroic. They operate in really deceptive ways, but they want to be perceived as the victor, the heroic one, the leader. Okay, this person is investing in the past into... Who's investing? Someone's investing in something, a bad opportunity. It's a bad opportunity because it's very unloving. Okay, so this person, this feels like a deal, like a plan. It's very unloving. It involves lying, cheating, stealing. It's very deceptive. What's this plan? What's this plan? This person is investing in a plan. The plan, it takes something away from you. It takes something that's meant for you, or an opportunity, or a potential. What I'm really not liking about this energy is there's a giddiness. It's sadistic. That's what that is. This person, they're giddy. They're investing in a plan that's to take something that's yours or meant for you. And they're just so excited about this. They love this. This is so deceptive. And it feels like there's some narcissistic injury here. So they feel like this is payback or justified. The challenge with this plan was the lie that they spread. So it was about lying, about saying that you're not loving, saying you're deceptive. They said a lot. Okay, so it was a smear campaign. It feels mostly whatever this plan was a lot of talky talk, a lot of creating injustices and for you. This is a smear campaign. So it feels like this person is preparing everybody with these lies they're saying about you. There's something, it's not true. Or it feels like there's like pieces of truth, so people would be like, oh, yeah. Oh, is that what's going? So there's something, this person is very good at spinning these lies, not going to lie. They're really good at making it seem very plausible. They weave these tales. They use a little bit of truth and pepper in. They're really good at this. This is a profound liar. They're really good at influencing people, getting people to see things the way they want. And it looks like the time that I'm tuned into, they're taking you out. They're taking you down. That's what they're investing all their time and energy into, is this plan against you to make it so you don't have any options, no opportunity, no love, and no support. Nobody's going to support you. So you don't have any money. So you can't work. This person is discarding you in a very painful way, and they're enjoying it. They're like, they're loving this. They're getting enjoyment out of this. For some of you, this is a marriage with Hierophant, some type of contract. Feels like whatever, it feels like this person wants an excuse to get out of this contract, wants an excuse to get out of maybe a marriage. Anything about the contract? Yeah, this person, it feels like they're telling people, they're emailing, they're texting. Just they have so much with a pleasant letter reversed. They have a lot to say negatively about you. Legal matters reversed. So for some of you, what they're doing is illegal. Grief and sorrow reverse. It feels like this person wants an ending, but they don't want to go through the grief and sorrow of an ending. I'm not sure what this is, but they're making it so you are decimated. And for some of you, this is illegal. Like they're stepping into very illegal type of activities here. Anything, yeah, this person is running away. Instead of ending a relationship or ending whatever this contract is, they're doing so much. They just want to run away. They don't want to have to address any issues. It doesn't feel like they're communicating anything with you. It feels like it feels like you're being kept out of the loop, and while they're creating this plan so they could run away. They're just wanting to let go of a relationship. This is the weirdest way to end a relationship. It feels like they're already gone. It feels like they're already maybe in another relationship. It just feels, it's the weirdest way to break up, to end something. They can't just end it. They have to come out looking like they're a hero and you're the bad guy. That's kind of what I'm getting here. And they don't want a pleasant separation. They want all the blame on you. They can't handle maybe a breakup. Maybe this paints them in a bad light, having to end a marriage or end this relationship. So they can only be the victim, martyr, or hero. They want so desperately to be the hero. It feels like they created a scenario here where you're to blame. And it feels like they believe they're going to get away with this because you're very out of balance in the past when this is happening. The enjoyment is that this person is getting, like, oh, this is delicious. This is amazing. I've got this all figured out. And it's the lack of care for you, the willingness to sacrifice you to get so others view them how they want. They're controlling the narrative. Wow. That's a lot. Okay. In current energy, Virgo, we've got 7 of Wands. Standing your ground. You've got the higher ground. I like that for sure. Feels like healthy boundaries. Feels like in the past something was going on. There's an anxiety. But I don't think you realize how dedicated this person in the past is to just complete discarding of you. It feels, why this is so upsetting is it feels like at some point this was someone who is very close, your ride or die, someone who was your person. And to get to this point is that they would throw you under the bus is just shocking. And so now it feels like you recognize who's the problem, and you're protecting yourself from this energy, standing your ground, not interested. I think you're seeing that this was devil reverse, a toxic relationship, maybe codependency, obsession. Looks like you're healing from that obsessive quality. Nice. And you're investing in yourself. What's Virgo investing in? The truth. The truth. There's a little feels like you have a lot to say about this past person. You're now seeing them correctly. There's a anger, frustration, rightly so, like justified, right? Anybody who's gone through this past experience with someone who was supposed to be someone who cared about you at some point, that they would feel this comfortable with this trap to discard you, to leave you completely unhappy with no money, unable to work. Their need to be viewed as right, upright, upstanding, control the narrative. They're willing to throw anybody under the bus to stay looking positively. Okay, it looks like you're starting a new path for yourself, path that you enjoy. And in regards to this past person, it looks like you see them more head over heart. And it feels like you recognize that they can't change, that this person is incapable of transformation. That's who they are. Who are you communicating the truth to? It's interesting. It feels like you're wanting people to invest in you. You're wanting to create relationships where people invest in you because you invest in people. There's something about how you're talking about what happened that it feels like I'm getting like watch how you communicate. Watch how you're perceiving the past. Feels like you're wanting to move on, wanting to detach, wanting to invest in a new life, a new way of being that's very authentic to you. You're wanting to invite people into your life who are truthful and honest. People you can invest in. You're not interested in investing in those who haven't transformed themselves. It doesn't feel like you're finding anybody that's really exciting in this current energy. What's this message here? Feels like this past relationship has got your attention. Emotionally, it's got your attention. It feels like you're still working through what this was in the past. For some of you, it feels like if you go into a relationship, then it repeats. You're getting someone very similar to this past person. There hasn't been enough shifting of your vibration to allow a different type of energy to come in is what I'm getting here. It's really got a hold of you. What happened in the past is still taking up a lot of your thoughts, a lot of your views, what you're seeing. It feels like you're reworking, trying to understand what's happened in the past so you can move forward. You're getting out of a comfort zone, no longer letting fears dictate and move you. There's a financial worry here, and there's also something, worry about being independent, worrying about going at it alone. Let's move on. I'm not getting... It feels like I keep circling some specific message that's going on in this present energy, Virgo. It has something to do with the past and this person, this relationship, and how it ended. It feels like it's taking up a lot of your headspace, a lot of processing. It looks like... Yeah, I'm not... Moving on to what's hidden blessings. We've got Four of Wands in reverse. A lack of celebration, unhappy home. Okay, maybe we'll find what's hidden. What are the hidden messages? What does Virgo, the Virgos who are watching, that are tuning in, that are wanting to shift this energy, wanting to shift from this past relationship and heal and move on? What do they need to know? There's some beliefs, Eight of Swords reversed, that you're letting go of. It's going to take a while. It looks like limiting beliefs that kept you stuck in an unhappy home, unhappy relationship. It's going to take time to work through those beliefs. What attracted a deceptive person to my energy? What allowed me to be in this type of relationship with this person? It feels like you have a pretty clear idea of this person and who they really are now. And it feels like the shift, what could be really helpful right now for you, is shifting from, do I see this person clearly, to what is it what's my side of this? Not as a blame. This has nothing to do with blame. This has everything to do with understanding why this relationship that is not something you want to repeat. It's not just about this person, but some match, some mirroring that made this, you co-created that experience. And if you did not enjoy it, which I perceive it was some of the worst times of your life, being treated this way, then what is it that you can shift? What beliefs got you into that space? What type of limiting beliefs? Okay, so what type of beliefs are Virgo releasing? What limited beliefs are Virgo releasing? Okay, a lack of communication, a lack of passion. Communication that's confusing. And that's King of Swords in reverse. This is someone who's very manipulative, very good at creating confusion. I think there's this waiting energy that you might have been stuck in, just kept waiting for something to change, waiting, and and this person also creates confusion and a lot of confusion and insecurity, and it feels like you got so used to feeling confused inside of a relationship. Like, I don't know. I don't get a clear answer. I don't know. It feels like going forward, that's not acceptable. If you are in a relationship and you're like, I don't know how that person feels about me, I'm really not sure. Not interested. I want to be in a relationship where I know exactly how I'm not playing games. This person in a relationship going forward needs to tell me how they feel, where they're at. If I'm feeling confused and I don't know where we're at, then that's a problem. I'm not talking about you being insecure and needing someone to constantly validate the relationship and where you're at, but it feels like if the relationship is confusing, even from the get-go, like I'm not sure how they feel about me, that's not your relationship. It feels like that's a relationship with confusion. So it looks like in relationships you're wanting clarity going forward. No longer, it feels like someone telling you what you want to hear. It feels like you're willing going forward to have uncomfortable conversations. Feels like a new way of relationshiping that I'm talking about. So it feels new. It won't feel like the past relationships, or definitely this past relationship, which isn't that kind of the point. It looks like realizing, letting people show you who they are instead of wanting them so much to be something. If you need a relationship, then your neediness and your woundedness will have you ignoring a lot of red flags. And it feels like going forward, taking the time to get to know someone, taking the time in different settings. Do I like them one-on-one? Do I like them in a group setting? Do I disappear when I'm around their friends? Or when they're around mine? Giving them time to see how they deal with difficulties when they arise. How do they deal with you saying no? How do they deal with you having a different opinion? Are you allowed to be your own ass individual? A whole human being with your own desires and perspectives? Or does this person need you to attune to them and how they see things? It feels like going through a situation where things don't work out. See how this person deals with stress. Can they deal with stress? Do they turn on you? Do they become a childish version of themselves? It feels like taking the time to get to know someone, not by what they say, but how they behave, how they show up. And if it's not working, letting them go as soon as possible, saying, this isn't something I want to invest in further. Thank you so much. It feels like if you keep someone on a hook, I'll date someone, just a placeholder. At least I have someone, so I won't be lonely. It feels like then feels like then you're attracting, that similarity. If you're staying in unhappy relationships because at least I have somebody, then you might attract, it looks like you are attracting someone as well. People who settle. All right. Moving on, Virgo, we've got in the advice and outcome, we've got the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This feels like someone worried about resources, worried about finances, someone who's not loving and nurturing, someone who's not abundant, not grounded. It's interesting. It's difficult for this energy to create a new beginning, to create opportunities. Feels like if that's your energy, if you've been feeling ungrounded, a lack of resources, a lack of abundance, it feels like it's hard to create a new beginning for yourself in that energy, because it's not the energy of the opportunity. This also might be if you're stuck in the past and unable to move past this really painful ending. Only you can, figure out for yourself, am I really stuck in this past, and do I spend most of my time and energy thinking about it, focusing on it, talking about it, trying to figure it out? And that's a-okay. It's a lot to work through, but it feels like if that's the case, that's why you're not getting a new beginning, because you're focusing on the old. To get the new energy, it feels like there's a need to focus and shift your attention on what you do want going forward. So it depends on where you are in this process. There's no rush. There's no right way of doing anything. But the messages I'm getting is it takes time to process through and really see who you are in a relationship with, who they really were. That's one level. And then seeing who you were in this relationship, seeing what matches, seeing what created that relationship, where you abandoned yourself, where you attuned to this person and stopped attuning to your own needs. It feels like chronically over time, you can start seeing aspects of yourself that maybe you knew about, maybe you didn't know, but it feels like discovering and then recognizing, I don't prefer that going forward. I don't like showing up as that version of myself, so I want something different in a relationship. I want something new. And so recognizing, what is that? What does that new relationship look like? What does it feel like? I think it's more important what it feels like. It feels like safety. It feels like authenticity. It feels like I can show up as myself. Feels like there's space to get to know someone. It feels inviting and warm and interesting and curiosity and loving and supportive and energizing, joyful, fun. Feels like that's a bit of the new relationship type of energy that you're bringing in. And if you're like, yeah, then you have to be in the vibration of what you want. You can't be in the vibration of this breakup and how that went down and receive the new, very different relationship. Something has to shift within you. Something, a lot of changes. Not necessarily a lot, but changes. And time to shift your energy so you're a different person, a different version of yourself. So the different version of yourself can attract the version of a relationship that you want going forward. I've had people who've gone through something like this past situation, and then they just allow time to go by, and years might have gone past, but they're still vibrationally, in regards to relationship, they're right where they left off. They're still hurt, still feeling wounded. And so if they go into a relationship, they are still right where they were. Other aspects of them have changed, but in regards to this relationship, where is your energy? Where is your vibration? Only you can tune into that and be honest with yourself. All right. Oh. Any more advice? Wow. There is happiness after this. There's a lot of success after a lot of this very painful breakup type of energy. It's being mindful about how you talk about things, because whatever you say, at the end, put "so be it." That's what the universe says. So whatever you're saying about yourself, about your relationship, about life, add "so be it" to the end. Do you like what you're saying about your life, about you, about what you want? Make sure that you are communicating in a way that supports what it is that you're creating for yourself. It feels like very new timeline for yourself, and interested in new way of loving that you're inviting in. And if that does resonate, there's a need to be mindful about what you're saying, what you're thinking, how you're thinking about it. Have you moved the needle? Have you been able to shift and some of this woundedness? Because there's definitely a new way of loving and new love out there for you. It feels like you just have to become the version of yourself that can perceive that as valuable. So, all right, Virgo, that's your reading. I hope that was helpful. Take care. Have a great day.